The death and burial. Would you go there? How many of you washed a deceased person? MashaAllah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm glad at least 2 brothers. The more you get involved in washing a dead person, the more you are preparing yourself to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the more you will be scared in doing anything haram. How many of you went into the grave? I don't know how you do it here. In LA, we have 2 types of cemeteries. One cemetery with the casket. The other cemetery, the body itself with the shroud, go directly. We have to go all the way down and receive the body and put it on the floor. When you go into the grave itself, 6 feet down, and you have to raise your hand and welcome the deceased, that's the worst thing to do. It's scary, because the soil might fall upon you and you'll be over. Now, you know Nafisa, the granddaughter of Imam Hussein, she used to go to her own grave every day and read Quran in the grave, and she finished Khatmi Quran. You know, Amin party, Khatmi Quran. Khatmi Quran, she finished the reading Quran 140 times, finishing reading the whole Quran inside her grave. Now they tell you don't have the right to go to the cemetery, huh? You women, they tell you, some Muslims, you're haram to go to the cemetery, but to come to parties, halal. So she went to the cemetery and she stayed in her grave daily, back and forth, and she finished reading Quran 140 times. And she prayed to Allah, when I die, please Allah, let me die in a state of roza, siyam. When she was sick, they told her to break fast. She said, no, this is the time I'm preparing myself to welcome Allah, to be welcome to go to Allah when I'm in a state of fasting. So the idea of death and burial, you know, I wrote 2 books. One is Life, Death, and Life After, which is really so many youth were scared and they were making haram. They stopped. They said, this book scared me. I'm now in good shape with Allah subhanahu. The second book was Death and Dying. What happens to you and to me at the time of death? All of us are going to die, whether we like it or not. What's going to happen to you personally at the time of death? Shaitan will come to you at the time of death to sway you and get you out of Islam. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, you know, 4 school of thought for Sunni. One is Abu Hanifa, one Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and one is Shafi, one is Maliki. He was one of the most staunch Imam against the Khalifa. And the Khalifa, Ma'mun was beating him in the jail just to say Quran is makhluk. He said, no, Quran is not makhluk. So out of wounds, later on, while he was in a state of coma, of dying, his son came to him and told him, my father, would you kindly say Shahada? He said, no, get out of my face. Daddy, you told us to say Shahada Talqeen for the man who is in the state of death. You tell the deceased person in the process to die, say Shahada, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. No, get out of my face, several times. Later, the father, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, woke up from his coma. His son said, Daddy, what's going on? I was telling you to say Shahada, you are telling me no. He said, I was not talking to you. Shaitan came to me, telling me if I believe in Jesus as my personal Savior, Son of God, I'll go to Jannah. So I was telling him, no, get out of my face. Which means Shaitan can come to you and to me on 2 different occasions. Anytime you want to go to sleep, your brain is not functioning as strong as it is, Shaitan comes to sway you to do haram, and at the time of death also. So we have to learn all these social and talk to our people about social services. This is part of it.